Good evening. My name is Michele Lyles, and I'm a Technology Integration Specialist with Fort Bend ISD. I'd like to talk to you tonight about why I enjoy stories. As I was growing up, my grandma always read stories to me on the weekend when I spent the night with her. One of those stories was an imaginative story called The Last of the Really Great Whangdoodles. That's one that I really remember as being a special bedtime story for me. Tonight, I'm going to be reading you the story of Amy Stuart. So let's get started. I once knew a girl named Amy Stuart who liked to play better than work. She loved to run in the garden, to hear the birds sing, to chase butterflies and smell the sweet flowers. Amy had no little brothers or sisters to talk to, so she talked to the animals. She talked to insects and flowers, and she said that they talked to her also, and she understood them. One day, Amy's mother said, "Amy, I think that you're big enough now to begin to do a little work on your own. You will learn as you grow older that everyone has some work to do, and it's best to learn young to be industrious." See if you can figure out what that word means later on in the story. "Oh, Mama," said Amy, "I don't like to work. I'd rather play. It's much nicer. Can't I just go into the woods a little while and play before I do my work?" "Well," said her mother, "as I haven't anything ready for you right now, you may go." So away went Amy through the pleasant garden into the woods. A gray squirrel ran across her path, and Amy called to it, "Hey, dear squirrel, don't you have anything to do but play and eat nuts?" "My dear child," said the squirrel, "you are very much mistaken. I have quite a large family to support, and I'm very busy now laying a store of nuts to last them all winter, so I cannot stop and talk to you." And away he skipped. Just then a bee came buzzing by. Amy said, "Little bee, don't you have any work to do? I never heard of you doing anything but getting honey from the lovely flowers." "Oh, indeed," said the bee. "It seems to me that I never have any time for anything but work. After I've filled my bags with honey from the flowers, I go home to my hive. I build a beautiful honeycomb, and I fill the cells with honey. So, as you can see, I have plenty to do." And away he flew to alight on a lovely pink clover. So Amy walked on a little way, and then she saw some ants that seemed to be in a great hurry. She watched them a little while, and then spoke to one of them, saying, "Isn't that breadcrumb too heavy for you to carry? It makes me feel so sorry for you. I thought that you could play all the time and enjoy yourself." "Oh," said the ant, "I'm so glad to get it that I quite enjoy carrying it. Although it is rather heavy, I will rest a while and tell you about a lazy fit that I had once. Our house was entirely destroyed one day. I don't know what did it, but we just escaped with our lives. My brothers and sisters said, 'Let's build a new one.' But I said, 'No, I'm tired of working. Let's go traveling and see if we can't find a house that's ready-made for us, and then perhaps we'll find time to play a little, like the butterflies do.' So we traveled a long way, but we found no house ready for us. As we were very tired, we tried to get some of our relatives to come share houses with us, but they all said, 'No, you must be lazy ants, or you would have built yourselves a house a long time ago.' At last we were forced to go and work and build a house, and since then, we have been very well contented to do all that is necessary." And the little ant picked up his breadcrumb and hastened away. Amy sat down on a stone, and this is what she said to herself. It seems to me that everything has something to do, and what is so strange is that they all seem to like their work. But I don't believe the flowers have any employment. That means work. I will ask one of them." So she walked into the garden, and she said to a handsome poppy, "Dear poppy, do flowers ever work?" "Of course we do." Did you never hear that flowers turn into fairies at night, and each one must do a good deed, or it will not have any honey for the next day? Now I go and visit all the sick people, and fan their weary eyelids with my leaves until they fall asleep." She next walked up to the pinks, with petals of red and white stripes, sitting modestly along the border of the walks, and said, "Dear Pink, do you, like the poppy, turn into a fairy and have work to do?" "Yes, Amy," replied the pink. "While the poppy is fanning the weary eyelids to rest, I bathe their feverish brow with balmy dew, and then when the morning returns, I'm rewarded for my labors with a cup full of honey for the busy bee." Amy walked slowly home, and she went to her mother and said, "The bee, the ants, the squirrels, and the flowers all have something to do. And I think I will try to go hem that towel that I began so long ago." I have since heard that Amy grew up to be a very industrious woman, while she loved flowers and insects and animals as much as ever. So did you figure out what industrious means? Let's talk about the meaning of this story. As you can see, the lesson from this story is that hard work is a very good thing. A hardworking person is a happy person. So now do you know what industrious means? I bet you do. Good night, Fort Bend.